Have you ever wondered how strong you should be when it comes to your bench, squat, and deadlift? Where should your lifts be at? Well, I want to dive into that topic today. And I've made a few videos in the past on what the average strength levels are, but there seems to be some confusion in those videos. So today I want to address all of those confusing points, remake this video a little bit more clear and concise, and hopefully help you guys understand how strong you should be. So let's get into this. So in my previous videos, people were commenting things like, these charts don't seem right, or these numbers seem way too high. The first thing I want to do here is apply a little bit of self-assessment to each of you watching. Take an honest approach here and answer this question with, how long have you been lifting? Then we're going to see what category we fall into. If you've only been lifting for a few days or a few weeks, then you fall in beginner. And the category is anyone that's a beginner is someone who's just started recently. A novice lifter is someone who's been lifting for about 6 months, while intermediate lifters have been lifting with 2 years of experience, and advanced lifters are about 5 years of experience. Meanwhile, elite lifters are anyone lifting for over 5 years. Now, even using these numbers, there's a lot of things that can adjust and change our strength levels. If I go to the gym 3 days a week, lifting weights for the last 10 years, but I'm only doing really light weight and I'm never pushing to failure, my strength levels aren't going to be elite. And at the end of this video, I'm going to link to a video that's going to help you guys understand proper training methods to get stronger. So make sure you stay tuned for the end of this video so you can click over to that one. But some of the other factors are male or female, or the biggest factor is weight. And this is why there's different weight classes when it comes to lifting competitions, because it's an important factor. Now, I think the problem I ran into in previous videos is I tried to compare these numbers to the average person, not the average lifter. After doing some research, only about 23% of Americans lift weights. So comparing that to the average American's body weight, I think we start to find a point that it's really hard to just create a full average number. So what I'm going to do is create a hypothetical with 2 different individuals at 2 different body weights and allow you guys to see how I grade this. You guys can pause and apply this chart to yourself as we go. Now first, here we have Adam, which is me, myself, at 160 pounds. But we're also going to look at someone else. We're going to name them Dwight, and they're going to be 200 pounds. And the first lift we're going to look at is the bench press. And yes, all of these numbers are for people's 1 rep max. For someone like myself at 160 pounds, that's a total beginner. You should be able to bench 102 pounds. Intermediate lifter should be able to lift 196 pounds. An elite lifter should be at 319 pounds. And now for Dwight, a beginner lifter should be able to hit 139 pounds, an intermediate lifter 246 pounds, and an elite lifter 382 pounds. Now it's important to remember that these elite lifters are stronger than 95% of lifters out there. So don't get discouraged if these numbers seem a little bit high. Now I'm someone who consistently worked out from the time I was 16, now I'm in my 30s, and I was able to hit 315 on the bench press, but it took me like 10 solid years of strength training trying to get that, and I started with maybe like 100-pound bench press. So it does take time, and you can definitely get there. Just keep that consistency up and keep using the proper methods. Now moving on to squats. So when it comes to squats, where should we be? For someone like myself, 160 pounds, beginner would be at 138 pounds, while intermediate lifters at 259 pounds, and an elite lifter is at 418 pounds on a squat. Meanwhile, Dwight is at 186 pounds for a beginner, and an intermediate lifter at 323 pounds, and an advanced lifter at 499 pounds. Now I save for last the deadlift, which tends to be people's strongest lift, so where would someone my weight rank? As a beginner, I should be able to deadlift 168 pounds, while an intermediate lifter would be at 304 pounds, and an elite lifter would be at 481 pounds. Now for Dwight, he should be deadlifting 220 pounds as a beginner, 373 pounds as an intermediate lifter, and 567 pounds as an elite lifter. Now I know I had a lot of people saying that these charts seem a little bit too high, and that might be right. According to strengthlevels.com, they even suggested our standards are informed by the lifts recorded by our active strength level community. It's worth noting that those who regularly log their progress on our platform might be on average stronger than the general population. And honestly, that makes a lot of sense. If you're Googling this information and looking it up on the internet and you're finding a website where people are actively tracking how strong they're getting, you're probably getting information reported by people super dedicated and really into lifting. Although I hope this did bring some clarity to previous videos I made, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this so much you can send it to your friends so you guys can see where you rank on this chart. I did drop it in the description if you guys want to see that. I hope you guys found some value. I make a lot of content on fitness tips. This video right up here is how to get stronger, improve your bench press, and general fitness and strength tips. This video down here, YouTube thinks is best for you, so click that video and we'll see you guys in the next one.